Hello and welcome to our contemporary service. My name is Andrew Cooney and I'm so glad you decided to join with us. Listen, if you've been with us for more than just a couple weeks, a few weeks ago you saw, maybe like a month ago, you saw Tim Jones, our youth pastor. He had a special lens that he put on the camera. And he was recording himself, and he was dressed like in shorts and a t-shirt. He had bedhead, he hadn't showered, and he put this lens up to the camera and he looked amazing. I mean, amazing. And I was thinking that if I came in looking like this and put that lens up there, I might go from Andrew Cooney to George Clooney. I mean, it could happen. So if you know where this lens is, it's small. It looked like a little nut. If you know where this lens is, it'll benefit us all. Please let me know. I would love to use it for Sunday morning filming. Now, as we gather together today, we're starting a new series called Grow, and we're going to be looking at some things that we need to foster to grow both inside of us and outside of us that will make us and our world a better place. Really important right now. I also want to take a moment to thank those of you that have been giving to our ministries. We are so fortunate that you have chosen to support us. We want to continue to encourage that as we move into the future. You can, of course, many of you are sending checks to the church, and we appreciate that. You can also use our Church Center app, which you can find in your app store, or you can go to churchcenter.com, locate Bethany through the zip code search, and give that way. Or you can go to our website, bethanyum.org. Thank you so much for all the ways that you are living out your faith and your love in this world. Thank you for supporting us, and let's have an amazing worship experience together today.
To seek your kingdom first, beyond the barren place, beyond the ocean waves. When I walk through the waters, I won't be overcome. When I go through the rivers, I will not be drowned. My God will make a way, so I am not afraid. You keep the promises you made. There isn't one that is delayed. So I will not lose heart. Here I will lift my eyes and start to sing unto the night. My praise will call the sun to rise. Declare the battle won. Declare that it is done. When I walk through the water, I won't be overcome. When I go through the river, I will not be drowned. My God will make a way, so I am not afraid. When I am in the fire, I will not feel the flame. I'll stand before the giant, declaring victory. My God will make a way, so I am not afraid. Before me, behind me, always beside me. No shadow, no valley, where you won't find me. No, I am not afraid. No. Before me, behind me, always beside me. No shadow, no valley, where you won't find me. No, I am not
Hi friends, my name is Kathy Vidic and I get to be the kids pastor at Bethany, and today I want to talk to the whole family because I don't know if you guys have noticed it or not, but there is this one word that keeps cropping up all over the place around here. The word is trust. Now, last week I said we could be determined to get through a really hard time because we could trust two things to be true. We could trust that God loves us no matter what, and we could trust that God knows the end of the story. And then Pastor Andrew talked about trusting in God too. He was talking about this passage from Romans chapter 15, verse 13. Listen to what it says. It says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him." Now, trust was our life app in Sunday Fun in September, and we learned to say that trust is putting your confidence in someone that you can depend on. And ultimately, we said that God is the one that we can always trust no matter what. But I think that trust is a really important thing for families to talk about, and here's why. Because kids, one day, you are going to want to drive a car. And your parents are going to have to decide if they can trust you to make wise choices when you're the one behind the wheel. And parents, just about the time that your child is asking for the car keys, developmentally speaking, the question that their heart, mind, soul are trying to answer is this one question: why should I believe? Most of all, why should I believe you, Mom and Dad? They're really pushing up against those limits of why they should trust you. And trust is something that's earned incrementally, right? Step by step. It doesn't just all of a sudden happen. And it starts with things like when you tell your parents you're going to clean your room, you actually clean your room. Or when you say you're going to be home at 5 o'clock, you're really home at 5 o'clock unless you've made a phone call to explain why and give a new time. Trust, I think, is a really important topic for families to talk about. And I hope that the next time you gather around your kitchen table for a family meal, that you'll talk about what trust looks like in your family. Parents, maybe you could share about a time or two when you learned the hard way what it meant to earn or to lose someone's trust. Or was I the only one who snuck chocolate out of my Easter basket when I was 8 years old? That did not go well. And kids, maybe you could talk about what it's like to earn your parents' trust, what kind of things they'd like to see you do. Like when you get your car keys, what kinds of things would your parents want you to have established as ways that they could trust you? I don't know. There's all sorts of ways that you can talk about trust in your family, but I think it's important to know as families what that looks like in your family. And so I hope that you have a wonderful conversation. I hope it's just the beginning of many, and I hope that God blesses you through it in ways that you could never even ask or imagine. And I hope you have a great week, and bon appetit.
Good morning, friends. My name is Pastor Brenda Lewis, and I join you on behalf of our church reopening safety protocol team. As the team and officers continue to discern our next steps, please know that your safety is at the forefront of all of our decision-making process. Currently, we are in phase 1 as dictated by CDC, BWUMC, and our governmental agencies. With this said, we have the option of holding a drive-in worship service. We need your assistance in determining these next steps. You should have received a special cyber beacon inviting you to complete a survey that will provide you with the necessary requirements for such a service, as well as an opportunity to volunteer to be one of our volunteers. Included also is an opportunity for you to provide us with additional feedback and concerns. Your responses are very important to us, and we ask you to please complete this information and get it back to us by Wednesday, June 3rd at 12 noon. Thank you so much for your continued support and prayers, and we pray that you continue to enjoy the rest of your worship experience today. God bless you.
Hey everybody, my name is Tim and I just want to do a shout out, congratulations to all the college graduates. Well done. Whether you come to Bethany or you're just watching this, I just want to say fantastic job. Because when you left for campus back in January, you had an entirely different picture. I'm 100% sure of this, that your last semester was going to go completely different than it did. How could you even begin to imagine what was going to happen? Then all of a sudden they told you that you registered for a class called Pandemic 101, and you don't remember registering for that. And that you were going to finish all your coursework at home and like, that's going to go well, but you did it. Fantastic job. And I know there were times when you were like, how is this ever going to work? How am I ever going to finish? So I congratulate. And I know there was some doubt that creeped in. I'd like to say, I call this a half-truth, that God's never going to put you in a situation that you can't handle, but I don't know if that's necessarily true, because I think he actually likes us, putting us in situations that we need him. I know in 1 Corinthians 10, he says that he's not going to test us beyond our ability, but I hope that you have found out that he is trustworthy, that he's never going to leave you or forsake you. And when you don't know, he's going to help you figure it out. And I hope you felt him in some really tangible way this semester, that he answered some of your prayers, and that you can carry that with you, because that you got through this boulder called COVID-19 when it was thrown at you by this life thing that you never even expected it to come this way, like, and finish this way, that you need to put this in your back pocket. You finished well, you finished strong, you did it, you have your degree, and that you need to know that when life's because it's going to throw you some other things at you, and you're going to have to be ready, but you lived through this and you're going to remember this. I'd build a little rock pile outside your house and say, I did it, I did this. And so we're going to say congratulations here to you. And I know you're not done processing all of this, but we're here for you. And if you know one of these graduates that are going to come on the screen here in a minute, you need to make sure you can, even if you don't know them, congratulate them in the Facebook feed right here in the YouTube. Just do a shout out to them. But if you know them, you better send them a text message, even some snail mail, even a drive-by honking to say congratulations, well done. What they finished is no normal feat. We didn't have to do it this way. They did, and they did a great job. I would even throw in, I'm just going to hook the graduates up, as far as maybe throwing a gift card to Starbucks, Chipotle, something, right? Say, have something on me on this one, all right? But well done, college graduates. So when you see them coming in a second, make sure you congratulate them. Well done.
Hi, I'm Christina Hallam. I am graduating from the University of Maryland College Park with a double degree in psychology and economics. I'm planning to get a job in my field. Thanks for your support, Bethany.
Hi, I'm Justin Reese. I just graduated from Penn State University, majoring in engineering science and minoring in engineering mechanics. After graduation, I will be pursuing my PhD at Penn State, studying material science and engineering. I'd like to thank my parents and my Bethany family for helping me along the way.
Hello, my name is Shannon Finnegan. I graduated from Washington College with a Bachelor of Science in Biology, concentrating on physiology and organismal biology, and minoring in chemistry. I am planning on spending my next year working for international event rider Boyd Martin to focus on equine sports medicine, and following that apply to veterinary school. I would like to thank my entire family for their support through this whole process, including my bringing a puppy to school and starting a whole service dog club. And branching off of that, I'd like to thank the puppy herself, Autumn, for teaching me so much through this process and being my support system.
Hi, I'm Theron Rice, and I just graduated from Frostburg State University with a degree in English literature and a minor in psychology. I'd like to thank everyone at Bethany for all your support for the last 4 years. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Matthew Blango, and I graduated from the University of Maryland, Baltimore, and I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. I want to say thank you for everyone who's been around me, my parents, my sister, and everyone at Bethany. Thank you so much, and I plan on going back to study and continuing my education.
Hi, I'm Hannah Perry, and I just recently graduated from Towson University, where I got my degree in English with a concentrating in writing and a minor in philosophy. I do plan on pursuing further education, and I would like to study in a master's program that deals with sociolinguistic theory.
Hi, I'm Garrison Farrell, and I graduated from Virginia Tech with a degree in material science engineering, and I will be working at Northrop Grumman in Linthicum in their microelectronics fabrication.
Hi, my name is Emily Ingalls, and I graduated from the University of Delaware with my master's in elementary special education. This fall, I'll be teaching in Howard County as an elementary special education teacher. I'd like to thank the community of Bethany, my mom and dad, friends, and family for all your love and support throughout the past 5 years at Delaware.
Hi, I'm Thomas Dobbins. I just graduated from the University of Georgia with a degree in animal science. Next, I will be pursuing a Master's of Animal Science from Mississippi State in Starkville, Mississippi, beginning fall of 2020.
Pretty exciting stuff. We're going to be recognizing graduates in the coming weeks. So if you've not been contacted by me and you graduated from high school, college, or graduate school, we want to make sure we recognize you too. Whether you watch online or you come to the church, here's my email. Go ahead and shoot me an email and I'll be in touch with you. And we just want to make sure you get recognized because we realize that graduating during these times is no easy task. And we want to celebrate you and what you did.
Good morning, Bethany. I got something special for you today. Some of you may remember Kim Foth from the Mother's Day videos, interviews. She has two boys, Jose and Bear Foth, who they've been coming to the church for, some time now, at the 10:30 service. And they said to me after one service, they said, "Hey, can we play the piano?" And I said, "Sure," and it was one of those moments where when he started playing, I was like, whoa, like you can actually really play. So, and they sent me their YouTube channels, and I've been checking them out, and they're really good, really talented brothers, and I love that they're doing what they're doing for the Lord. So they're going to bless us with a special this morning, and please encourage them in the comments, and just love on them as they bless us. So God bless you. All right, bye-bye.
Spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so kind. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. Been so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so kind to me. Oh, the love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, no lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, no lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
Today we're going to be talking in our new series about growing. We're going to be talking about how we can grow things both intentionally and unintentionally in ourselves and in the world around us. And we're going to use that as a metaphor for how we can be thoughtful and should be thoughtful about how and what we plant in our world and in ourselves. I want to start with a story. A while ago, I'm going to characterize it as 2 years ago. My wife came to me and said, I'd like to cut out the hedges in front of our house. They were boxwoods. They were probably 25 years old, and they were dying and didn't look good. And we were in the middle of a bunch of stuff, and I kind of eyed them up and said, I have no idea what it's going to take to dig those things out. So I asked if we could put that project on hold. So this spring, I said, would you like to tackle that? And she said, yes. So we went out a couple of Saturdays ago with shovel and pruners and digging bar and dug those things up. And as we're standing there looking at the front garden with the shrubs gone, I said to her, so what are we going to put in there? And she said, I'm not really sure. So we went to Sun Nursery, and over a period of a couple of days, bought different things, brought them home, set the buckets in containers on top of the ground in places where we thought we might want them so that we could, live with it for a little while, rearrange it, get the picture that we wanted, and then we dug up the ground and planted the plants, and now we're watering. There was a real intentionality to that whole project. We thought through what plants we wanted, where we wanted them, how it was going to look, what it would look like 10 years from now, all that stuff. On the other hand, you can also unintentionally plant things. I was listening to a podcast recently in which the person speaking was thinking about their childhood and the day that their dad turned over the lawn mowing to them. They were like 10 years old. And they were saying how their dad was super meticulous about how he mowed the lawn. He had this particular pattern that he mowed it in. He said it looked like a golf course. Our lawn was perfect with all the lines and the grass and no weeds and all that. He said his father would carry a screwdriver in his back pocket, and every time there's a dandelion, he would dig it out right on the spot. So he said, when I took over, my dad gave me all the instructions, and I started mowing the lawn. And he said, I listened to almost all of them except that thing about the dandelions. He said, it just seemed like such a hassle to have to stop the mower, come around, get out your screwdriver, and dig up the dandelions. So he said, I just mowed them right over. And he said, that worked fine until the dandelions became puffballs. And he said, I'd hit those, and they would go out the side chute of the mower and spray out with all the rest of the grass. And I didn't think anything of it. Until, he says, several weeks later, My dad's near golf course level front yard turned into a meadow covered with dandelions all over the place. He said, now I wasn't trying to be a dandelion farmer, but that's exactly what I became. Without thinking about it, I was planting seeds everywhere, and they grew. And you could tell the world was different because of it. So I want you to think with me about the things that we grow in this world, intentionally and unintentionally. Because there are times when we plant things with meaningful purpose. We are trying to get that thing, an attitude, a behavior, a different pattern. We're trying to plant that either in ourselves or in our world. We're trying to plant it in our children. We're trying to plant it in our friendships. We're trying to plant it in our neighborhood. Something that we would like to see grow. Now, there's few of us who would say, I'd like to see anger grow. But sometimes we spread it, don't we? There are few of us who say, I'd like to see fear grow. But fear spreads. As a matter of fact, it's kind of amazing how contagious some things can be. Have you ever walked into a room and somebody's yawned? I know. As a matter of fact, when I walk into a room or I'm in a meeting and somebody yawns, I immediately struggle. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't want to yawn 30 seconds ago. In fact, just talking about it makes me want to yawn. Is that doing that to you? I wonder if anybody in your room has yawned yet. Just because I said the word. It's amazing how contagious things. We were sitting together and somebody said something that struck Pastor Kathy funny. And she started laughing. And it moved from just a general laughter that was over in a couple who was crying. She couldn't stop herself. And after a few seconds, Pastor Brenda and I looked at it. It was, first of all, there was, and things can grow in our world intentionally and unintentionally. So today I want to talk about hope and what it means to plant hope, because I think more than ever our world needs us to plant hope. We're going to look at Romans chapter 15, verse 13, and we're going to talk together about what it says. We've already looked at the first two sections of this verse, the good things he has in mind for us as a father. Then you will overflow with confident hope through the power of the Spirit. Then you will overflow. Now, I'm not doing that today. That particular part of that imagery, you will overflow. I'm not doing that overflow today. Why? Because it would make a mess, right? If I took a cup of water and poured it over, it would make a mess of this table, it'd make a mess of this floor, and then Linda Roberts would be after me. The trustees would be like, what are you doing? Because it would pour out here onto things. But that's not the image that Paul was trying to give. When the hope that he pours into us overflows out of us, it doesn't overflow onto a table. It doesn't overflow onto a floor.